This Friday, I'm Al Jones.
And I'm Taylor Deckard in for Larry Wentz. The prosecution has rested its case in the federal voter fraud trial of Kim Taylor.
Meanwhile, the judge has limited the testimony of defense witnesses in a case that is expected to go to the jury early next week. KTIV's Matt Hoffman joins us live in the studio after attending court this morning as he has been all week. And Matt, what's the latest?
Yeah, that's right, Al. And the defense wanted to call some witnesses to contradict the testimony from Woodbury County Auditor Pat Gill, but the judge said that was, quote, ridiculously out of bounds. Now, as a reminder, our cameras are not allowed in federal court, so that's why we're showing you some file footage here of Kim Taylor and her defense attorney. Now, the defense says that while Gill testified he had no plans to run for Jeremy Taylor's seat, a witness would testify she overheard Gill say he was, in fact, interested in that seat. The judge said the witness will not be allowed to testify in front of the jury. The judge also ruled that testimony of another witness will be limited. While the witness will be able to testify about Taylor's character, the witness may not testify about their shared experiences with the communist government in Vietnam. And the defense says it can wrap up its case by Monday at noon, and the government has already rested. We will apparently not hear testimony from Woodbury County Sheriff Chad Sheehan and State Senator Rocky DeWitt. In the government's trial brief, DOJ lawyers wrote that Kim Taylor's husband, that's Jeremy Taylor, had promised the pair Vietnamese votes if they donated to his campaign. Instead of eliciting that testimony, the government will rely on the witnesses it has already called. And of course, with the current schedule, it seems likely the jury will have the case for deliberation on Monday or perhaps Tuesday next week. And of course, we'll be in the courtroom to bring you the latest as the trial marches on.